William the Conqueror is one of the most interesting and controversial figures of the medieval age. Born as an illegitimate child, he was known early on as William the Bastard. Given his questionable status at the time, how was it possible for him to become such a powerful figure and earn the nickname William the Conqueror? To answer that question, we have to start at the beginning. William was born around 1028 in the town of Falaise, in the Duchy of Normandy. He was the only son of Duke Robert I of Normandy. His birth, however, was surrounded by scandal. His mother was not the Duke's wife, but rather the daughter of a local tanner. Because of this, William was considered illegitimate and later earned the name William the Bastard. Despite this, Duke Robert recognized William as his heir. In 1035, Robert set out on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem, a journey from which he would never return. But before departing, he named the then 7-year-old William as his successor. This bold and risky decision enraged many Norman nobles. After Robert's death, William inherited the title of Duke of Normandy. But this decision marked a dark turn for William and the few who remained loyal to him. Disaster was about to strike. A child duke with no legitimate birthright and no father to defend him was an easy target. Powerful barons fought for control, and William's life constantly hung in the balance. His first guardian, his great-uncle Alan of Brittany, died not long after Robert's passing. Others, such as Gilbert of Brienne and Osborne the Steward, tried to protect William but were murdered. Osborne was slain in William's chamber while the boy slept nearby. Normandy was descending into chaos, and William had to move constantly for his safety. In 1042, King Henry I of France formally recognized William's claim to the duchy. This gave William much-needed legitimacy, though his authority remained fragile. By 1046, tensions had boiled over. While traveling near Valognes, William was ambushed by rebel barons. He escaped and appealed directly to King Henry, who raised an army of around 10,000 men to support him. In 1047, the combined forces of William and the king defeated the rebels at the Battle of Valles Dunes near Caen. This was a turning point in William's rise. For the first time, he had crushed a major rebellion and was firmly recognized as Duke of Normandy. After securing control, William ruled with hardened realism. He confiscated rebel lands, installed loyal vassals, and built stone castles as symbols of authority. He also forged an alliance with the church, appointing reform-minded clergy and supporting the Cluniac reform movement, which answered directly to the Pope. These moves strengthened both his legitimacy and his administrative reach. In 1053, William married Matilda of Flanders, daughter of Count Baldwin V. The marriage produced several children, including Robert, William Rufus, and Henry. By the end of the 1050s, William had transformed Normandy into a powerful and centralized duchy. But the tables turned again for William, and soon he would face his biggest challenge. While Normandy became a powerful duchy across the English Channel, King Edward the Confessor was aging and childless. William, Edward's distant cousin, claimed that Edward had promised him the English crown. But to make that claim a reality, William needed allies and influence within England. In 1065, Harold Godwinson, son of the powerful Earl of Wessex, was shipwrecked in France and captured by Count Guy of Ponthieu. William had Harald released and hosted him. According to Norman sources, Harald swore an oath on holy relics to support William's claim to the throne. Edward, King of England, died on January 5th, 1066. The next day, Harold Godwinson was crowned king. This was the turning point for William. He saw this as a betrayal and began preparing for war. Meanwhile, Harald Harbrada, king of Norway, also laid claim to the English throne. In September 1066, Harbrada invaded northern England, but Harold Godwinson rushed north and defeated him at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. Just days later, William landed in Sussex with an army of 10,000 men. On October 14th, 1066, William and Harold met at the Battle of Hastings. William's forces ultimately broke Harold's shield wall, and Harold was killed, possibly by an arrow to the eye or in melee combat. William had won the battle and taken revenge for Harold's betrayal, but the kingdom was still not fully subdued. He advanced cautiously toward London, capturing key cities like Winchester and Canterbury. With these cities under his control, England was forced to accept him. On Christmas Day 1066, William was officially crowned King of England. He redistributed lands to Norman nobles, displacing the native English elite. By 1071, over 90% of English land was held by Normans. William built a vast network of castles, including the Tower of London, to assert control. He replaced English bishops with Norman clergy, aligning the church with his rule. But his days as a military leader were not over. In 1087, William campaigned in northern France. During the siege of Mantes, he suffered a fatal injury, possibly from falling off his horse. He died on September 9th, 1087, in ruin. At the time of his death, he was around 59 years old and was remembered not as William the Bastard, but as William the Conqueror. Now tell me what you think about him, write it in the comments.